about the last one, guys. I didn't time it. Anyway, as where I left off, I was talking about how my art teacher had me do hair differently, and he told me to do like the big dark patches with this stuff through them. But I haven't put enough dark patches in there yet, so. I'm not going to put as many on this side, actually, because the sunlight's going to be hitting right here. So it's going to be more an over here thing. You're going to see the method behind this madness in a moment. See, now I get to show where the light's hitting and the highlights if character has them and stuff like that with this method. And this also gives you like, this also helps give like the hair look. Like you don't have to draw every single strand this way, it's just the hair look. You can also show how the hair flows and stuff. I'm not going to put as many back here. You want to break up the dark spots more where light is hitting it and break it up less where there isn't. See how I'm not doing it as heavy over here. Now to fix this and make it Ellie's hair again, here's what I do. I go over it with the base color I used again, but I don't. Same thing with hair, I try to keep it cartoonish still, even with a realistic side to it, I guess. I use the base color to blur instead of blur with this. I use this to mix it all together instead of. And ta-da! There's hair. Yeah, Martin. And there we go. Ellie's hair. And I've shrimp stayed this already, but I love drawing hair. I love coloring it. I love everything about it. Unless it's a weird hairstyle I can't handle. Like, I know some characters I just cannot draw because I can't get their hair correct in my eyes, and I guess it's kind of bad for me to think this way, but if I can't draw a character correctly, I won't draw them. Which is why you see a lot of not that many variety, I guess, from me. It's not that I don't like them, I just feel like I wouldn't do them justice. So that's probably why I don't draw from many things. Like, at first I was terrified of drawing the assassins because I was sitting there thinking, oh, I have to draw badass pictures. I have to draw pictures of them showing how badass they are, and blah blah. And then, well, I soon learned to get over that fear. Okay. Notice how I put this layer above the skin but below the hair. It's because I usually have the hair draping over the clothes, like stuff like that, and I want the stuff that's going to be showing on top of stuff, have the layer be on top of that, so it appears to be on top. I just do it regardless if the hair is covering stuff or not, because it makes it a habit, and that's a good habit to get into. Now, notice how I'm being careful this time instead of just getting the basic. I'm only going to be careful like where it's touching the skin, where unfortunately all this is. So this is where you have to be careful. one, that means I would have to deselect, and that's a pain in the butt. So let's just not. As most of you know, probably, I... Oh, crap. It's not that pain in the butt, but I just hate trying to go out my way to do something. I don't draw this type of clothing often, so forgive me. This is my first time wearing a swimsuit. Alright. For clothes, I take the outline color teeny bit lighter. Voila. And for shading, clothes are easier to shade and stuff. Like, you don't have to think about. Skin's probably the hardest thing to shade, in my opinion. Like, I hate skin. Honestly, I hate shading it. Bane of my existence. So we're gonna show where the lights are. See, I use clothes to show where the shape of things too. Like, clothes can be used to show if something's round, if something... I think I said one of my drawing tutorials I put up a while back to use shading to show like anatomical things like muscles or a girl's chest or something. Because in reality that's really what shows. Like, my favorite example of what not to do is what I call the cantaloupes, or the half circles. I've seen so many pictures of female characters drawn with just two like half circles here or something in the clothes, and I was guilty of it once too before I started actually trying to be better. And now looking back at my old drawings, I see the cantaloupes and I just go, what was I thinking? No one does. Nothing natural. That's nothing natural about that. And voila, there's Ellie. The only colorful thing in this so far. I'm going to cut this video off here and then I'll start on Connor.